So we back like rat-a-tat-tat. And we got my boy Josh in the building. He looking good. He got a suit on. You know what I'm saying? I'm big as hell right now. I can't even wear more none of my suits no more.
Man, you just gotta go to the right shop, man. If they could put Ruben Studdard in a suit, they could put you in a suit, man.
Yeah. It's funny too, cause this guy, he was what's his name? He had put a suit. He make his own suits, so he wanted me to like be like a ambassador for him or whatever. Makika's Loft, that's his name. Okay. Shout out to Makika's Loft. But he got some really dope clothes. I got a lot of trench coats out of there and different things like that. And he put me on this big suit. It was like one of them old Steve Harvey suits from Steve Harvey back in the day. And I'm like, he like, yeah, man, you a bigger guy, man. You got to wear this. And I'm just like looking at my pants. My pants are wide and long. And I'm like, man, they ain't going to go for this. I'm like, I got to get these fitted. So he tailored them. I took them right to my lady and had her, put me together. But the same suits that he had me wearing back then, they fit like perfect now. You know what I'm saying? The blazer, everything. So
nice.
Yeah, shout out to Makika's Loft. If you in Cleveland, look for a place to go to. Definitely rock out with them. I want to jump right into the topics right now. We're gonna start on women asking why is it hard to date single moms. So I'm gonna play something and we're gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
Yep. We're going right in it. 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, that ain't the one I want to look at. What's going on? Hold on.
What the hell is going on in his planet?
Oh, that ain't it either. Hold on. There we go. How is it that I got all these and now they don't want to pop up? Hold on. I want to really hit this topic. Hold on. Oh, man. Boom. All right. Yeah. So this been like a hot topic lately. A lot of women were saying that it was hard for them to date because they got kids and everything like that. So I was just like, dang, like, but yeah, just from your perspective, like, do you got any friends that got kids that might have been like kind of tough for them dating, as far as in that world, or how's your experience with that?
I actually got friends on both sides, men and women. Dating single, trying to date with kids it's hard. It's hard out here because when is the right time to bring that person around your kid? Do you wait a year? Do you wait 6 months? If you magically fall in love and they sweep you off your feet, do you bring them right then and there just to see if your kid like them, and so you don't waste no time? I think it's all based off comfortability level, because whoever you bring around your child, their manners and everything like that, kids like to imitate. If you don't want your child around or acting like that, then I wouldn't personally, but I don't have any kids. But it is very hard because let's say you a single mom and you go to work and then you gotta come home and cook for your child and make sure they did their homework and everything like that. That's done by 8 o'clock. You tired. Are you gonna go on that date now at 9:30 or 10 o'clock after you done freshened yourself up? Do you have the energy to get it to that person? So it's about you. It's about what you're comfortable with and what you want around your child, I believe so.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things is raising somebody else's child.
Yeah.
I got experience in that. I know my last relationship that I was in, I was dating a lady. She was older. I always dated older women. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, date older women. They give you all the
definitely,
game.
definitely date older women. Definitely, 100%.
Especially when you in your early 20s, like they give you all the game, like
yeah, they do.
And once you are ready to settle down, like you'll be molded. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them actually look at you as like a trophy. Anyway, you know?
Man, I just love how they speak life into you. Like when you tell them your goals and things like that, okay, I got a friend. You know what? I got a friend that's into that. Here, I'm gonna connect y'all. They help you with networking and things like that. So, younger people, they just want to kick it, go out, travel. Older women have already traveled, done things like that, so they just want to bring you along for their ride, their journey. So yeah, definitely date older.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because as I get older, older is not just the age; it be like the mentality too.
Yeah.
Because this generation of older women is a lot different from the generation when we was in our early 20s. Because like when I was like 23, 24, I was dating women in their 30s, 30 to 40. But 30-year-old, when I was 24, was like, they had their own house. They had the degree. They was very independent. They didn't look at, well, I need your money, because they had their own. So that's why those women that I'm speaking of, they just poured into you. They really just wanted somebody to spend time with, to be honest, because it was almost like it was appreciative, like, dang, I want to go out because they had the kid or they kids, and it's like, well, I want to go out with him. It went like, well, I want him to spend all this money on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was just me because I look good, so I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, but they older women, but I was with a woman and she was 32, I was 24, and she wound up getting a house. So I moved in with her. I still had an apartment because I just didn't know if it would work. And she had a daughter, and it was dope. Like her daughter was I felt like she was mine. You know what I'm saying? It was difficult as far as like discipline and different things like that, because for one, she's a girl, so that was a little different. But when it's another child, it's like, is the woman gonna say something about you disciplining the kid? You know what I'm saying? Especially when you taking care of bills and you're there mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally.
Well, I can only speak from my experience. My experience with that is extremely difficult. I'm not gonna lie. The woman that I was dealing with, she had all her stuff in order. She owned military orders and moved out of state and everything like that, and was adapting, trying to get her son acclimated to the new school system and things like that. And it was probably a little challenging, because you also trying to get acclimated to a new career and new surroundings, and you can't go to the same spots that you would go to when you was home. So you trying to get all that together, and then you also dealing with a young man that's about to become 10 years old, so he just ready for war, just out here running around. So with my situation, I dropped everything. I sold my houses, quit my job, moved down there, and the mistake that I made is we didn't have a serious discussion about discipline. I more so said every time, oh man, in my household that wouldn't have flew. My grandmother or grandfather would have backhanded me or something like that, because I wasn't raised by my parents. I was raised by my grandparents. I was born when my parents were 14. So like everything I know comes from old school. It takes a village to raise, you know. So a lot of things that I said, I think it came off as me saying you don't know what you're doing, or you don't know how to raise your kid, and that's the wrong way to approach a situation. I think I had bad communication skills, so that did not work out whatsoever. So if he was disrespectful or anything, yeah, I spoke up, I said something or anything like that, but he'd cut on the waterworks and she'd be like, hey, no, you know, a mother is always going to protect her child. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be overly aggressive. You can't. Those are things that y'all got to talk about as a couple before you jump in, because he has a father, you know, and you're there for support. Either you're there to support her, or you're going to be there to support both of them. But you got to figure out your path of support. You can't just be like, okay, this is the right way because this is how I was raised. You know, our generation, we didn't like how our parents raised, or certain things like, oh, when they said you couldn't go to that party. Why? I wasn't going to do nothing crazy, but shit, I couldn't go to that party because I'm the product of a middle school party. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can't just go off and be like, all right, I'm gonna do exactly what my parents did because I turned out right. You know what I'm saying? That your partner might not like that. So those are things that you definitely need to communicate about before you go trying to have that authority in the household, no matter if you paying bills or not, because she was doing all that before you got there. Like well, in my situation, he's 9. So for 9 years, she been doing this on her own. You not somebody riding in this relationship on a white horse. So it's not what you say go, it's what we say go. So you should talk about it.
How long was y'all in the relationship?
I'm gonna say about seriously, almost 2 years. So like a year, 8 months. When we first started, it was more so just meeting up at the club, or you know, when you got the time, not every night, but when you got the time, I'm like, hey, I'm here, let's kick it, let's go out for drinks. I didn't even know she was interested. Like, somebody had to nudge me and tell me, like, hey, I think she kind of like you. I think she. So then I applied more pressure and to find out. You know.
I think you're kind of beating yourself up a little too much with the well, for one, communication.
Yeah.
Most men have bad communication skills.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Right.
You know, women are more emotional, meaning they like talking and you know being on the phone, all that type of stuff. So their communication skills might be better. Men were more logical, so we don't know how to really speak. You know what I'm saying? But if you can like work on that communication skills, because communication rule the nation when it comes to relationships.
Right.
Another thing too, the reason why I asked how long were you guys together seriously, because part of being a man is being is discipline. That's something that is just in our nature. That's like when I be going to the schools and I work with kids. As soon as kids get out of line, I'm immediately checking them, up top. Now I don't just be cussing them out or nothing,
right.
But it's like, hey, we don't do that.
Yeah,
it's in our nature.
Yeah, it is.
So imagine you being a lion and you didn't have teeth. How you gonna hunt? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And which meaning is the reason you got this Adam's apple and you know you're built a certain way is because is for that, because it, especially when it's a boy. Like I told you earlier, I had a little girl, but a boy, it comes a time where a boy he start feeling himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He especially when they get like that puberty stage, like 12, 13 or whatever, get a little peach fuzz. He might got some hair on his nuts. He start, doing that. And then you got some of these kids that's disrespectful. Some of these women are raising their sons to be the man that they don't want.
Yes, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact. But I don't know if I ran into that yet. Because like I said, he was 9,
Right.
so not really disrespectful, but like she gave him the freedom to express himself, to talk, like, hey, explain why I did it. He just didn't understand when was the right time to do that. So like, like when we were growing up, it wasn't no, hey, if I came to you and said, what the fuck did you do that for? It wasn't no, oh, I did it because of this. Like, no, it wasn't no answer. All right, I apologize, won't happen again. That's pretty much the response that, yeah, so he explains why he did it. So, no, I ain't gonna say that. But he's getting there. He's getting there. It's become dangerously close to that. But I think they'll figure it out.
When I was, it's tough being a stepdad. Like, I remember when I was like 5, and my mom was dating this guy, and his name was Baby. I remember that was his name, Baby. I was like, what type of grown man named Baby? But he tried to shake my hand. I bit his finger. Shake my hand. You were my mom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kids. Some kids is just like that, man. I was in a relationship, and I was dating this lady, and she was with she had a son, and son was bad as hell, man. But we were serious. We like moved in and everything, and it was only like, I would say like a month. You know what I'm saying? Not 2 years, but it was a month. But once I'm paying bills and doing all these different things, so I would tell him in the morning, like, yeah, good morning, and he'd just look at me and roll his eyes. Every morning he would do this, like roll his eyes at me, and I was like what? Like, one thing that I don't want to say I'm a demand, but something that I expect is respect.
Yeah,
I respect everybody, and I will hope to get the same type of respect. This dude would do this 3 weeks to a month. So I just tell his mom, like, man, why are you so disrespectful? Like, why, if I say hello or good morning, why he don't say nothing back to me? So probably like that 3rd week, I was like, yeah. I said, all right, I'm letting you know, if I tell him good morning, tomorrow, and he don't say nothing back, I'm gonna have to do something. We ain't really had that talk, but it was like, I let her know like what it was.
Yeah.
Now, she could have been like, nah, we ain't about to do that. Like, you can't, blah, blah, blah.
right.
She let me, lead, discipline the child. So next day, I was like, yeah, good morning. He had his Looney Tune drawers on. He was like, he probably like 6, 7 at the time, and rolled his eyes at me. So I went in the bathroom, I looked in the mirror, and I was just like, all right, this little motherfucker being disrespectful again. I went in there, I grabbed him, picked him up off his feet. When I say good morning, you need to say it back. And his snot just started coming out his nose. Eyes got all big, and I was like, you know what? Go in there and clean your room up, man. Cause I would watch. Like, normally when I'm with a woman and she got kids, I don't never like just say nothing directly. I might say like, yeah, your mother ain't gonna like that, or whatever. But I would just watch him. I watch his behavior. I watch how he treat his mother. Very disrespectful, not just to her, but all women.
Yeah.
But with this kid, I knew that he didn't need a friend. He needed a father figure. He needed a mentor. He needed that authoritarian, type of thing, because that's not gonna help him.
Yeah.
And you can attest to that because you play sports like me, so like some kids you could be like, oh, you know what, good job, da 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 da. But then you got them kids where you got to yank their helmet and they can respond that way.
Yeah.
Everybody is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but once I did that, he would say good morning to me. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I just feel like when you with a woman and she does not let you be a man, and I'm talking about serious, and I'm not talking about you dating her, none of that type of stuff. Once you move in and y'all like serious, especially if you paying bills.
Yeah, but if you move in because y'all trauma bonded or something like that, you never know if y'all really had a connection or not in the first place. Maybe it was just because you was there at the moment, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna look like you being used. You know, that happens a lot. So she may not need you for that. She may not needed you at all. She may have just needed you to pay her bill for that month, and now you then turned it into a relationship when it wasn't supposed to be one. So you gotta figure that out.
And that's where it comes to knowing the value in the man.
Yeah.
I feel like this generation don't know what true value in a man is. Because some women might think value is just a dude paying your bills or, you know, any of that type of stuff. I dated older women when I was younger, and I asked this one lady, I said, I know you date NBA players, NFL players, doctors, like you date these guys. I said, I know I'm a catch, but what really attracts you to me? And she said, I see the value in you. I know who you're gonna become. She seen it at that, cause she older for one, so she seen it all. It ain't like she needed anything. She had her own, but she seen the value. And one thing that I did was I always made sure I grown myself, make sure I kept myself up.
Right.
Kind of like how you look right now. You know, you look real nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, so a lot of the younger guys watching, you know, they might wear flip-flops and jogging pants and like put some clothes on. I'm telling you, if y'all put some clothes on, get y'all some liquid gold cologne and one night stand. You know, I ain't got my hair cut now, but I at least combed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you take care of yourself. Like, when you take care of yourself, people pay attention to that type of stuff. You'll attract the older women. I just gave y'all the, you know, that's how it is. And then once you do that, start working on skills in yourself. Like, I know you done wrote a couple books. Read books.
Man, I didn't wrote a couple books, couple poems. I just wrote 2 songs for real.
I listened to your song. I'm like, man, it sound like one of them pop singers or somebody wrote that.
Yeah.
I was like, how'd you?
So I honestly I took over 60 poems that I done wrote and I put them together. Not all of them had to do with relationship. Some of them had to do with my grandmother dying, me losing my daughter, things like that. And it all turned out into that. And all this AI stuff now, man, like I can't sing. My voice sounds terrible.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I went to an app, put my poem in the app, and you know, lined it up correctly and added a beat and had that app sing it for me. Like,
yeah, it was dope. I was like, man, he wrote this, like, cause I know you from, you know, when we was younger. Like, I remember he went to Shaw and I went to Kennedy. You know, we was better than them, but
yeah, right.
But that year y'all got us though, man. They I ain't gonna lie, they beat the brakes off of us. But
I want to see what y'all picnic do this weekend. So
y'all picnic this week?
Nah, y'all picnic this week. Ours next week.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, our picnic about to go.
I want to see. Who got the better picnic. You know, last year our picnic was stupid. They got the shooting and doing dumb stuff.
Yeah, we don't do all that. And we red, white, and blue, man. The colors better than black and red.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, then y'all got the car. We the Eagles, man. We the biggest bird you could think of.
You are. It's just too bad that y'all couldn't catch us when we was in school.
Well, basketball, we used to whoop y'all, but y'all basketball team was weak. But football, to be honest with you, football, we used to go back and forth. But I know my senior year, y'all got us. But I took that game like The game we had played Chanel a week before that, and I had a monster game. I had like 4 sacks. I had a pick 6 and everything. And then that following week, guys was going out. They was partying the day before the game, and we was like, oh yeah, we gonna whoop them because we had a good team.
Yeah.
We just was young. And when we played y'all, it was 100 degrees out there. Y'all had the Shaw band, and then y'all got that field. Y'all field felt like concrete.
Yeah,
no track.
No, that field was terrible, man.
Terrible.
They got to upgrade though. They got to upgrade now, but that field was terrible.
I thought our field was bad.
That field made men.
It did.
That field made men. Though.
Yeah, Josh got me though. I didn't even know because y'all had the one with Darwin Cook and then Ty. But Darwin, man, that dude was a dog, man. He ran. I was on a punt, and he ran one back, and then it was the next one. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to smack him. So I'm running at an angle, I had the perfect angle, and next thing I know, I just felt myself flying out of bounds like this, and I got up. I was like, that shit kind of hurt. I rarely got hit. Like I probably got hit like twice my whole life. One in bantamweight and then high school. So we get to college. And he like, yeah, man, you know that was me who hit you or whatever. I'm like, what? You out of all people? And I gotta look at this dude. Yeah, he got me though. He smacked me, but I ain't gonna lie. From that was our second game of the season. And from that game, I when I used to run like that, I would have my head on the swivel. Because I hate that getting cracked back. Yeah, that's the worst.
You got to.
That was the worst thing, especially when you got a light-skinned dude like El DeBarge with dread.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm fast, man.
Yeah. But he got me, though. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to give him his credit. I was a dog, though, man. When I played, it was just really, at that time, it was me and a couple people. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. We just was a young team. But the crazy thing is the freshmen that played with us, they wound up going like 9-1 they senior year.
Nice.
Yeah, so yep. Shout out to JFK, man. Yeah, shout out to y'all. Yeah.
Shout out to Shaw High, man. I'm sorry, man. I ain't representing properly. I apologize.
I seen Ray Jr. He just had a
that celebrity game.
Yeah. Celebrity game. Shout out to Ray. I know he do that every year at the high school. That's dope. Like, we need more of us coming back to our neighborhoods, giving back. So I know I do it. I give cleats to Kennedy and ties and toys. I do all type of stuff. Yeah. But salute to Ray. I know he's one of the people that I see that always come back to his neighborhood and do different things and highlight other people too. So yeah, shout out to you, Ray. Keep doing your thing. I don't know if you know anybody else doing it.
Our fraternity.
Oh, yeah, the frat, yeah.
Yeah, our frat, you know what I'm saying? Iota Phi Theta, you know what I'm saying? Fraternity Incorporated. We out here. We just did giving away 63 book bags at 3 different schools for the back to school event. I actually just became the Ohio chair for the community service. So everybody in the state of Ohio that do community service, they got to report it to me, and I got to help them make sure it's done correctly and things like that. So.
That's fire, man. So that means you gonna be firing people? You like HR?
Nah. Just make sure everybody got their ducks in order and stuff like that, man. We ain't trying, we trying to just trying to build the right message. You know what I'm saying? Just that's about it.
Yeah, shout out to Iota, BLO. But 63, why they give out 63? You could have gave out 65, 70.
We were founded in 1963, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you gotta, 63 is important.
Yep.
It's an important
definitely.
number.
I know we gave out bikes. That was this year, the bikes. Yeah. We did the housing too. Gave out the house. This was before I came into the fold and everything. And then now we giving out affordable homes. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, the Gold Door Initiative. Yeah.
Yep. So shout out to all the bros, man, everybody watching. Yep, y'all got to get in the hot seat like Josh. You know? Yeah, I know
you
Rob.
gotta-
I
you
know
gotta-
Rob wanted to come on. Rob, Chuck wanted to come on. Orlando, I still got to get Orlando too. Devin came on. Devin surprised me though, man. I thought he was gonna get that smoke. He came with this boy like, "Hello, what name is Devin?" Devin was a dog. I got to get him back on, man. Shout out to Devin. Yep. So how you feel about the frat? Like as far as like, how has it impacted your life? You know, so
Man, I'm not gonna lie. They welcome me in with open arms. I have had many ventures over the years. I had my own wine company. I was general manager at Uptown Bar, and I was just doing a lot of events, and they supported all of that. And they helped me get into community service because I wanted to give back to my community. I just didn't know where to start, who to talk to, things like that. And even now, moving back here from Tennessee, everybody threw me a party the day that I landed, and just asked me what did I want to do, what was my next plan, did I need help with anything, you know what I'm saying? Because again, like I said, I gave up everything when I moved out there, so it was hard. It was hard to come back here feeling like a failure, you know. Not everything worked out like you would hope, but like it was hard, and just that brotherhood embracement, it was perfect. It's what I needed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One thing about like, especially when you become a man, it's important for you to surround yourself with great men.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of great advice that I've been able to receive, you know, from a lot of the bros, and especially when you can respect them and you know like they gonna hold you accountable.
Yeah.
So even like going through like me getting ready to get married and different things like that, I can call one of the bros and just ask for advice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like very important. Like any younger person, especially as a boy becoming to a man. One of my mentors, he told me, he said, every king needs a council. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's funny because I just got done watching Game of Thrones, and every single king, they literally had a council. They didn't just make decisions. And the ones that did just react instead of like consulting with their council, and normally they city burned down. You know, so that's important to surround yourself. So shout out to Iota, Phi Theta, BLO. Yeah, man, if y'all younger person out there interested, yeah, come hit us up.
Right.
Yeah. So I want to get back into this relationship stuff. So
Okay.
We had a topic on here about Wendy's. I don't know if you've seen that. And
Yeah, I seen it.
And recently I just made a post about McDonald's. Because the shout out to Brittany, but Brittany said that she didn't mind dating any type of guy, like long as he, you know, was loyal, you know, he had respect, he was faithful, you know, all these different things. She didn't mind being with him. So I was like, so how tall are you? She like 5'3". I said, so would you date a guy 5'2" that work at McDonald's? You know, does he got something else lined up other than McDonald's? And I had broke down, you know, what if he was, you know, working at McDonald's and he just was putting his money in stocks, you know,
Right.
and working on that, and you know, 30 years from now he could be sitting up $1 billion. And a lot of people seen it, and it kind of got some backlash, like why are we talking about McDonald's or even the whole Wendy's thing? How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like women's standards are too high in this generation?
I think women don't know what they want, honestly, because you can meet a dude at the club and don't know where he worked, and y'all go home and, you know, mess around. Like, or you can meet a guy that, like you said, work at McDonald's and everything like that, and then you be like, oh, the way he approached me, he seemed too soft or something like that. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't think they know what they want, because every time you provide them with what they want more. There's something else. Like, oh, they feel like you could be doing better, but the standards just don't even matter, because they all say they want somebody 6 feet tall making 6 figures and things like that, and then you find that guy and you say, oh, he too I run over him, so that's why I cheat on him or some shit like that. They don't know what they want. Yeah. Everybody just out here trying to figure it out, and it's about trying to figure it out together. That's about it. Cause if I met somebody and they told me they was working at McDonald's and everything like that, my first question would be, oh, okay, where do you see yourself? You know, what's your plan? How you getting there? You know, it's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. Like, a lot of people be worried about being somebody's third wife or second baby mama or, you know, second husband or third baby father, but it's about being the last. It's never about if you was the first. Not everybody's a virgin. We in our 30s now. How many virgins you gonna find? Right. You know, like, so none of that matters. It's all about what y'all want to do together. Like, I was running a whole anesthesia department and quit because that didn't matter to me. What mattered to me was seeing a smile on your face. So I go take a lesser job or go take a closer job just so I can feed what matters to me is to make you smile. You know what I'm saying? So none of that matters.
Do you think men love women more than women love men?
I think women will end a relationship over happiness, and men will stay in a relationship no matter if they unhappy or not, because that's their person, and they're going to figure out how to be happy with that person. So I think men make more calculated decisions. You know, the right man, because there are men out here that want to fuck every girl in the world, you know what I'm saying? So we do have that mentality as well that you have to deal with. But I really think that women will leave a relationship over if she's happy, and it doesn't matter what she loses or who it affects, anybody around them or anything like that. But a man will stay unhappy until he gets happy, you know. Like, he's gonna work towards that. He's gonna figure it out. He's gonna try to breathe that into you, you know. He's gonna want to work it out. Women don't.
So that means, with that logic, that it sounds like men love women more than...
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I seen this video. It was a stud, and she just became a stud, and she got in a relationship with this woman, and did the same thing. Like, she literally moved to where the woman was. She quit her job. Like, she did all of this type of stuff. The lady had 3 kids. She didn't want to pay no bills. She didn't want to do nothing. So she wanted the stud to pretty much do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Take care of the kids. And then the lady was actually, like, lazy. Like, the house wasn't all the way kept. The stud would drop the kids off, you know, to school. When she gets off her job, she would rub her feet, you know what I'm saying, do all these different things, because she might have had a long day, might have been on her feet. So she would come in complaining about her day and this and that. Not asking you what happened with your day or nothing, but just more so about her. The stud wound up unaliving herself.
Yeah.
She couldn't take all of the physical, gotta fix everything in the house,
It's pressure.
The kids did being very disrespectful. She don't feel like doing nothing. You know, she might have to cook. She had to be pretty much the man and the woman. She had to do everything. And she unalived herself. It was just too much. It was just too much pressure. And I think women don't understand like how much pressure men, you know, have. Like how much stress that we take from them. Because imagine if the guy wasn't there. Now you gotta be this person. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do everything. And when you do have a great man, I feel like you need to open your eyes. Stop acting like everything is just normal. Like, no, this ain't no Leave It to Beaver.
But you gotta be grateful in that situation. A lot of women are ungrateful. They feel like they can do it all themselves. Like they don't need you. You know, and that you should be doing this because you should be worshiping the ground they walk on. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about mentality for real. Like, so
you know where that come from though? Why women feel that you should worship the ground they walk on? Like where does that stem from? Like from what do you think?
Shit, I don't know. Simps. Probably. I'm not really sure.
It's a couple things. They may not have their father. They may not have their father growing up, so they may not know what balance. Authoritative person. A lot of times women listen to their friends, and they don't have no male that would have a completely opposite outlook on their perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like women like to be not all, but I would say some. They like for you to say stuff to make them feel good.
Yeah.
But that's not the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But if you got friends just telling you, you know, different things like that, and a lot of times a woman friend and family could be saying stuff about your relationship because they might want your man.
Yeah.
Or they just want your lifestyle. They might be jealous of you. And then you also got these shows, Love and Hip Hop. It's a show called Love and Hip Hop, and nobody love each other. You got a show called Atlanta Housewives, and maybe one of them married, or they might be divorced. So, and now it's even worse. You got shows like Baddies. You got social media where chicks taking pictures on yachts, and all you see is they never show who they with. You know what I'm saying? But who's financing that lifestyle that you live in, or buying that plate and all that stuff? So they might get this illusion like, well, I want to be like her, not knowing what she probably had to do to get that lifestyle.
Man, the hardest pill to swallow is understanding that some people come in your life so you can understand what unconditional love is, and that those same people are there to show you don't be naive with that unconditional love. You know, so you can go out there and do everything for that person and not be their person and look like a damn fool. That's the hardest pill to swallow. So, yeah, all that social media and stuff and all that is warping a lot of minds, but that's not the real issue. The real issue is no matter what you did, that person wouldn't want you.
Yeah, but I will say this. I just seen this video on my social media, and it was a bunch of women. All of them was nice looking. And the lady asks, if a man say, delete your social media or be with me, you know what all the women said?
No.
So it's about that instant gratification. Like when you get a like, a view, it's like these endorphins and different things, you know, go inside. Like, so I feel like a lot of times it be bad influences, kind of like Adam and Eve, you know, eat the fruit.
Yeah.
But the the Eve is some of the women because they getting it from their friends. Nah, why you talking to him, or why you this and that? And then you seeing the same thing on all these different sites. Like, you gotta think, like, a lot of men, we be out grinding, hustling. We ain't thinking about what we seeing and all of that.
Right.
We're not gonna let. And I did say Adam and Eve because Adam did eat the fruit, but I'm just speaking of, like, you know what I'm saying, the men that take care of their business. They don't got time to be, you know, doing all that type of shit.
Right. Yeah.
So, but some women let their friends and the things that they see affect their relationship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that person, she could say, well, that's, you know, that might not be your person. But what if that person had great mentors in her life? Like, what if it was like quality married women, you know, that might have been married for 50 years? Like, nah, that's a great man right there. It ain't nothing good out here. You got a guy that's taking care of business, paying the bills, taking care of your kids, and he ain't got to do that, and he doing all these different things. Who you gonna date? Tyrone? You know what I'm saying? That's out there, and he still in the streets and doing all this type of stuff. Once you get older, like, man, when we was in our 20s, we was kicking it, we was partying.
Yeah.
We in our mid-30s now. Like, I don't want to date no chick that's constantly want to be going out all the time and all of that. Like,
man, I don't want to date at all, man. I don't want to be out here. It's crazy out here, man. It's dangerous out here.
Yeah, the younger generation, man, I feel bad for y'all. But the thing is, a lot of the younger guys, it's gonna be open season for older women.
Yeah.
You know why? Because a lot of older guys that know the value in themselves, they ain't tolerating that bullshit.
Yeah.
Because they can go. You know how many women out here? It's more women than men.
Yeah.
So you're gonna always be able to find a woman. Some dudes going out of the state, out of the country,
Yeah.
or whatever. In some cities, it's like the market is like super duper high, but a lot of younger guys, man, y'all gonna be able to date these older women because a lot of dudes, like, they ain't tolerating that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I got friends too. They be like, I ain't about to be dealing with her. Like, this dude making this money. He built this way. He got a nice physique. You know, he polished, you know, got things going on for himself. And most importantly, he believe in himself. You think you gonna deal with that? You know what I'm saying? So, and then some guys, like, they will worship the feet that someone walk and whatever. And then you got this guy, like, man, he's the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to just open your eyes and see what you missing.
Right.
Because you're going to meet somebody else and then it's going to be like, damn, I should have just stayed with that person. You know what I'm saying? I was going to ask you about it was a video I seen. It was about settling, like, in a relationship. Do you feel like most relationships, people be more attracted to they person as opposed of, like, being embracing or loving them internally, like what they actually, like, their true values?
I would say that all go back to the communication, because if y'all not talking about the future or anything like that, and it's more so of what have you done for me lately type situation, then no, you know. So, like, if y'all talking, like I said, you know, back to talking to older women, they speak life into you. Like, hey, what is your 5-year plan? Hey, I do got some networking for you and things like that. So, it would be a better situation than it would be of, hey, I ain't got rent this month. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take care of your rent, then I'm gonna come over there and get some. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, in those situations,
I'm in the bind, Nate. I'm in the bind.
So in those situations, I mean, you settle for what you can get out of a person. You know what I'm saying? Rather than what a person could give to you, you know, or feed into you. So, Yeah, it's it goes back to communication with that.
Yeah, that's why I think social media too, because you got to just be realistic with the world. Like social media, like now they got, like, man, women can get their body done and be looking like they could be in their 50s and some even in their 60s looking like they 25, 28.
Yeah, but that shit turn into poison, man. They be dying early. They be having to get that shit taken out because it's slowly killing them. Like, it's not a good thing, man. It's not a good thing, man. Just be who God made you to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you unhappy with yourself, go to the gym. You know, it's all about confidence. Look at Lizzo. You know, like, yeah, she did whatever she did to get skinny, but I mean, she had super confidence. She didn't give a fuck about, but also being 400 plus fucking pounds is gonna cut your life span short. So she probably had, the doctor probably told her, I'm sorry, you gotta lose weight no matter what, or you're not gonna make it to your 50th birthday. You know what I'm saying? So, man, just get healthy. Get healthy. Get a good mindset. You be all right.
Yeah, shout out to Lizzo, man. I know she was going through it like mentally because a lot of people kept talking about her weight and different things like that. But if y'all gonna talk about Lizzo, y'all need to have the same smoke for Dave Blunts.
Yeah,
man, this dude be on stage in a chair. He could barely move. You know what I'm saying? And then I just seen the video. He got a video dissing 50 Cent. And this dude hanging from a pole like he did in the club. Dude, ain't no 400-500 pound man hanging from no pole, dude. There's gonna definitely be a hole in the floor.
Yeah.
But look, man, if this video get to Dave Blunts, man, please get in the gym, eat better. You talking about drinking lean, all this, man? That stuff is not good for you, man. Like, you need to get in the gym. You need to drink water. Like, I'm in the gym right now. I weighed myself, and it's the most I ever weighed in my life. And I got me a trainer, like, the next day. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so if I'm going to do it, like, you should do it. And I'm just telling you, like, just, you know, I don't know you, you know, but and I feel like this generation, we need people to roast people again.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be, oh, what are you talking about? No. Like, I remember we was at the court. I was talking about my cousin's shoes. He had a hole in his shoe. And then my brother gave him a brand new pair of shoes out of his trunk. We gonna roast you because it's a part of our culture. But we also gonna give you a pair of shoes. You need to get your ass in the gym, man. Stop listening to these people, these executives. They want a big person like you on camera because it makes it. They want to show the obesity within our culture. No, get your ass in the damn gym, man. You know what I'm saying? No other cultures got no big dudes on camera like that. So why is it that y'all gonna pay this dude a bunch of money to be on camera and he don't really got that much talent? It ain't like he just the nicest. And then you got the nerve to roast 50 Cent. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you got to get in the gym, man. You got to get in the gym, get that confidence, man. I'm always preach that.
How you feel about that though? Like we in this cancel culture right now, like where you can't say nothing. Like if you talk about somebody's weight, you talk about
you could say what you want. It doesn't matter about getting canceled or not, because that shouldn't matter. You should be doing things because you enjoy doing them. Like if it makes you feel good doing what you're doing, then do that. Like, just because you get paid, that's a plus. But you shouldn't live by the money, die by the money. You know what I'm saying? Like that really don't matter. Cause when is enough? You know, like do you have enough money when you Elon Musk? You know, he on verge to be the first trillionaire. Do you got enough money then? Or do you got enough money when you happy and you ain't got all those responsibilities? When was you your happiest? When you was a kid and you ain't have all them bills and you could joke and roast somebody and just go outside and do whatever, you know. Go do something to make a couple of dollars to go buy what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? So It's about happiness. Like, I wouldn't worry about being canceled. I'll say what I want when I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try as hard as possible not to be disrespectful, but like if you push me to that point where I want to be disrespectful, I'm gonna be disrespectful. I don't care, you know. Like,
Yeah, but you got like men apologizing for nothing. They did nothing wrong. They might just call something out, you know what I'm saying? Because they see some BS and they might just say something. Or even like, remember the Kyrie situation that happened? All he did was just
share the book.
Yeah, all he did was just share. It was
share the link.
It was a link. It wasn't like he said it or nothing. And they tried to, I don't want to say cancel him, but the one thing about Kyrie do a lot of great things in the black community.
Yeah.
So not only the streets, but the culture had his back.
Yeah.
So you got some people who might be, look like me and
I just don't agree with cancel, because you try to cancel Kyrie, but you don't cancel Jeff Bezos for providing a space to buy the book or whatever. The link that he shared was to Amazon. So like, if you're not gonna do the whole thing, you can't pick and choose. Like, I got a trucking company right now. And I was just doing paving the other day. And I was on the street and I watched an old black gentleman come out as we in a residential area paving. And after you dump your asphalt and everything like that, you want to raise your bed and clean off the excess asphalt so it don't harden around your locks and things like that and mess up your truck. So somebody had did that, but they did it in front of his house. So like three to four trucks had did it. The first three people were Caucasians. That fourth person was a black dude. Who do you think he spoke to out of all four of those people? And he was standing out there the whole time. He went to go say something to the black dude. If you're not gonna say something to everybody, don't come say something to me. That's when you lose my respect. Because what he don't understand is we're going to pave over that in front of your house. Like, that's about to become part of the road. So it don't really matter that we dump right there. But at the same time, don't try to sun me and you ain't say nothing to nobody else. That's where I just don't agree to cancel culture. Start at the top and then go all the way to my comment. Like, I can't be the face of this problem. Because I'm not the one that started it. I'm not the one that's leading it to the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just happened to say something about it. Like, oh, I learned a valuable lesson from this area. Like, no, I don't agree with cancel culture.
But that also come with during like Jim Crow and even slavery, post-slavery, they looked at blacks as 3/5 human. They didn't even look at us as like 100%. To the point, to the fact of people be like, oh yeah, there's no such thing as racism, and my family didn't own a slave, but the same Constitution that your family wrote is the same Constitution that's out now.
Right. Yeah.
Is no if it was that case, why the laws not changed then?
Right.
So that's why, like, and then I was reading this book. It's called $40 Million Slave. So a lot of times, like, man, people can make all this money, but they're controlled. They even got contracts where you can't do certain things. You can't say certain stuff. So that's why a lot of guys do apologize, because actually it's in their contract. They might have just not read it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because for one, Kyrie Irving has way more influence than Jeff Bezos. Jeff
maybe in certain rooms.
Sir, yeah, but I'm speaking of, like, culturally, If Kyrie Irving says something or he does something, everybody is gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we talking like Elon Musk, he on X now, so he say something, everybody gonna see it.
Right.
But I'm speaking as a whole, like the black, the black community. When we stamp something and say what it is, everybody in the world is gonna see it.
Yeah.
That's how powerful people we are. But we don't know that, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us has been beat for so long, like a pit bull. Like they used to chop pit bull heads off, you know, because they were so vicious. They was this animal that was just vicious, to the point where now in this generation, if you say something to a pit bull, he not gonna be so aggressive to you. If that's your pet or whatever, he gonna listen to you, because that's how it was. So just imagine being beat so long. Or like the police, people paranoid of police. It's embodied in your DNA now. That's why.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I agree with you, man. Like, just show respect all the way around. What I don't like is, you know, being black. Some communities, they look at us as like we stupid, like we just don't know stuff.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff is. Do you interpret it that way? Like, because I know somebody that, you know, just when I have a general conversation with them and things like that, and I give my perspective or my opinion, they always respond like I called them stupid or something. And I, for the life of me, can't understand that. Like you feeling that way is not gonna change my opinion. That's how I feel, or like that's why I said it. Like, so if I come to you, if you telling me a story, and I say, oh, you know, that don't really sound right. Like maybe this was that, so that's why you thought, and if you respond like I know what I'm talking about, like you gonna feel like I'm calling you stupid, and I'm not. I'm just saying like it don't line up to me, you know. It's confusing. You like the way you explain it didn't sound right, you know. So
yeah, sometimes that could be because I work with youth, like some of the younger boys, and they mom be single mother, so their response is like they mom.
Yeah.
It could be lack of accountability. You know, they may not want to be accountable for something they said, and also too, if you didn't have a man in your life, like a dad or grandfather or something like that, when you say something to someone, it may sound like it's opposite because you never heard it before. It's that balance, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, and a lot of guys don't know how to interpret that to the person that they with, you know, per se, because we just not good communicators. I understand, 'cause I always look at, like, when I go in a relationship, I look at their grandparents, I look at the parents, I'm looking at everybody in that relationship. I'm like, okay, because you need to do that because now you know who you're dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So you could be just looking at the woman like, no, look at how she was raised or whatever, or even like just say like a little boy, find out his parents' situation, this and that, because that's how you kind of know how they wired, like how they think.
Yeah.
Like you for instance, you like anomaly, because now I remember, seeing you at a younger age, 17, 18, 19, and you like a totally different person.
Yeah.
And that could be just time, just going through life and, you know what I'm saying, different things. I don't know. Maybe you a clone, like how they said Jamie Foxx was.
No, man, it's just, when you look at yourself and you sit there and you be like, all right, where do I want to be in life? What do I want to do? How do I get in those rooms? Who do I need to be around? Who do I need to talk to get in that space so I can be a millionaire or anything like that? The more and more you get closer to your dream or who you want to, the person you want to be, the more you're going to change. Yeah, I was young. I was dumb. I was running around. I don't know. I was running around, you know, doing weird stuff, fighting, you know, had a little temper with a lot of women, things like that. I don't do none of that now. Like I don't because the areas that I got into, the doors that were open for me, the people that I met showed me a different way. Like you can't act that way here. You know what I'm saying? That joke ain't funny here. It ain't gonna ride. But you still gotta be yourself. But you have to adapt. You know, you're not worried. Again, you're not gonna be worried. I'm not worried about getting canceled, but I am gonna adapt to my surroundings. I'm not gonna be sitting here in a room full of white people bashing white people about racism, and I ain't never dealt with nothing like that because I can't back up nothing that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But if I've dealt with racism all my life or something like that, then I would be able to have a ground to stand on where I can talk, where I would have the whole room looking at me and listening to me or something like that. So whatever area I'm in, I sit back, I learn, I figure out how to get better. You know,
you have dealt with racism though.
No, I'm not saying I haven't. I was just using it as example. Using it as example.
I was about to say because well, I ain't saying I don't know everything in your life, but from our experiences, I can speak on that. Like when we play football, Notre Dame,
and having the
when we play that Notre Dame, anybody went to Notre Dame that play football, they gonna understand what I'm talking about. We used to play football, and I would do certain things, like say if a guy, like, you know, on offense, I'm on defense and he running with the ball and I might slap the ball out of his hand, but I would the coaches told us to do that so they wouldn't fumble because they kept fumbling in the games. Man, some of them coaches would be like, this ain't Shaw, this ain't Kennedy, this ain't Collinwood, this ain't I ain't gonna say East Tech because they suck, but but you know what I'm saying? Like all of the inner city schools, or you know, or Glenville, they would say something. But as soon as a guy that went to Massillon or Brunswick or one of them schools do the same exact thing, they never said nothing.
Right, that's true.
So why is it that when I do something, and they did something way worse, you never say nothing to them, but when I say something, you want to target where I grew up. Like just cause I grew up in the inner city, that don't mean that, you know, just it's not about where you grew up. It's about where you're going. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like just how you change your life around. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to Chris Pitts, man.
Yeah.
Chris Pitts. Like that's my dog. That's my brother. And I knew Chris when he was younger, but to see his transformation and how he was to now being married, councilman, preacher, like this dude, wonderful man. But it's beauty. Sometimes a rose can grow in the concrete. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So y'all two gentlemen, I know for a fact that was that, but. Yeah, them some stuff that I seen in college, and I was just like, especially when we played football and I was going against teams, man, them dudes used to call me all type of N-words. I'm going against dudes on the line and stuff. Yeah. I'm like, man, ref, you don't hear this? Right. Like, what's going on? Like, he like, I ain't hear nothing. Keep playing.
You're right.
And then you tell the coach don't care.
Nah, they don't.
You know, but just because, you know, I would say I experienced racism or prejudice or, you know, all that type of stuff, that doesn't mean everybody is like that, because there are some great guys, you know, that's opposite color of myself that I rock with heavy, and they know who they are. But some of y'all, man, y'all need to work on yourself, man. Yeah, like I'm not, you know, I ain't your enemy, man.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah. So I wanna we wrapping it up like a magnum. But what's some advice like that you would give to your 21-year-old self? You know, what's some advice you would give to your 21-year-old self? And then also, what's some advice you would give to someone in a relationship, you know, and they may see that it's not working? Like, do you feel like they should leave, or you think they should possibly just stay and try to figure it out?
My advice to both situations is go to therapy. My 21-year-old self, not understanding what things in my childhood affected me and the way that they did, and me trying to brush it off or just push it down, and then it come out at the wrong time and you spaz out. So, and again, the people in a relationship and it's not working, and you don't know whether you should leave, go to therapy. If that person not willing to work it out or fix themselves or fix the problems together, that's not your person. You know, like if they honestly can sit there and watch you try and not put in the same effort, yeah, that's your answer. You know, right there. So
there you go. Definitely. And to the women out there, if a guy is trying, he might not have all the money in the world, he might not be his best, but if he trying his best, that's all you can ask for. Now, you got some dudes that don't be trying. They be sitting there playing video games all day. They ain't really, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing. But if you got a man that's trying, taking care of your kids, doing everything that he can do, especially if he's supporting you, not just from a physical and all that, but emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and intellectually, I don't know what's wrong with you. That's like your person. That other stuff, it don't mean nothing. But that pie, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually. And to be honest with you, if anybody in your life not challenging you in those 5 things, they shouldn't be around you.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Yeah.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything you want to, promote or anything like that? You got anything you got cooking?
Yeah, I want to promote my song. I'm going to release it on my page. Follow me at tinman_40. I'm going to release my song tonight. I'm going to release Truth Be Told. You know, I'm going to release that.
There you have it. And he and I was just watching Genuine, man. Genuine used to dance around the broom. So he gonna take the torch up. He gonna be doing the Genuine moves and all that. He remember the broom they used to just stay still and he's dancing. You ever tried that?
No.
I did.
No. No.
Yeah, appreciate you for coming on, man. This was great. I feel like Mario or something today, man. My tail or something like that. I got to fix my posture. Like, I was such and such. Yep. And that's it. BOP, business or pleasure.